What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now 210 subs away from hitting 500 subs. And if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So, if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, excuse me, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this. What are your guys' honest thoughts about Alliance Insight, and do you believe that the booster set will change the meta in the current format? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, speaking of meta, today's video we actually have something very interesting for you guys, because we have we have 4 promo cards that have just been revealed, and honestly, these cards are very interesting to say the very least. But one of the promo cards is actually a V-Jump promo that I had talked about in a previous video, but never really got the chance to reveal its effect because it wasn't available at that time. So we will get to that a little later on in the video. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we've got Saiba, the Fighting Swordsmith. And it is a 7-star Earth Warrior Synchro with 2000 attack, 1500 defense, and requires a tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. And both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can target 1 level 6 or lower warrior monster in your grave, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also, this card cannot be used as single material for the rest of the turn. Second effect reads, during your opponent's main phase, you can, as a quick effect, after this effect resolves, synchro summon using a warrior monster you control as material. So, interestingly enough, this can actually work with decks like decks like Infernoble Knight. There's also what's another good deck that can use this card? Let's see here, Infernoble Knight, the original Noble Knight. There are several other warrior decks in the format that can use this card. I want to say not, oh my god, oh my god, I was thinking X-Saber, but no, it's not it. Maybe Buster Blader decks. There's a couple decks in the format that can actually make use of this card, which is not bad. I mean it's basically Monster Reborn and Urgent Tuning rolled into one card. So this is actually not bad. I would probably say that this is actually one of the more better promo cards we've seen recently. And as far as when we can expect this card to be released, TCG wise, I would probably say in Duelist Advance, in which the first batch of cards have been revealed, but I never got the chance to reveal them Probably not until this upcoming weekend. It's either that or I'll have something else for this weekend. But yeah, it's actually a pretty good card in my opinion. Gaia Dax. Gaia Dax. Gaia the Fierce Knight. The Gaia Dax can actually use this card like it's nothing, but but the deck needs to have at least like 3 or 4 tuners in the deck to make it viable to bring out this card, which is like whatever, but still the card's not bad. Speaking of Gaia, these next two are actually the the from the product known as the Valuable Book EX5. And the first one up is Soul of Gaia the Fierce Knight. Which is a 6-star Earth Warrior with 2300 attack, 2100 defense, and it says that this card is always treated as a Millennium card. The third effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads: if a level 5 or higher monster is on the field, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Second effect reads increase the levels of monsters your opponent normal or special summon in attack position while the monster was on the field by 7. Okay. I'm gonna stop right there. This effect basically prevents the opponent from doing anything. This is literally a fucking floodgate. Holy shit. Let's see here. The third effect reads: when your opponent activates a monster effect as a quick effect, you can send one other level 5 or higher monster card you control to the grave, negate the activation, and destroy that card. So this is basically a Solemn Judgment on steroids. This is probably by far one of the better Gaia cards that Konami has ever released, because of the fact that you can literally use this card in not just in the Millennium decks that have been played countless times on Master Duel, which is a cancer in my opinion, and it can also be used in the Gaia decks as well, or you could also mix the Gaia deck and the Millennium deck into one powerful entity, which is very possible, but still. And interestingly enough, the Synchro monster that I just talked about a little bit ago, you can actually use its effect to bring this card out, to bring out Soul, which is insane. But moving on, next up we have Vice Shark. Which is a 4-star water fish with 1800 attack, 1100 defense, and the first effect is a once per turn that reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you contribute 1 fish, special summon a fish shark monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except water. Second effect reads: a Shark Drake Exceeds monster that has this card as material gains this effect. Once per turn, when a spell or trap or effect is activated, as a quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card, negate the effect, and destroy that card. So this basically ensures that whatever Shark Drake monster you brought out, this card basically ensures that monster has a Solemn Judgment. So it basically is just an Omni Negate, and the only way that this card can gain more and more materials is if you had cards like overlay regen. You had cards like what you call it? Excuse me. Excuse me. Cards like Xyz import, or you were able to I think the ruling is that if you stack a Shark Drake on top of any other Xyz monster you have, I think the ruling is that this card's second effect gets applied to that Shark Drake. I think that's the rule. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that's supposed to be the rule. But with that being said, honestly though, it's not bad of a card. We'll probably end up seeing it get released in a future set, like maybe a future like Battles of Legend or something like that. Who knows? But now we have one last card to talk about in this video, and it is the V-Jump promo with its effect revealed. So the name of the card is Solicer Crystal. Solicer, Soul and Slicer basically is how it's pronounced. Solicer. There's the card. Honestly, it actually looks pretty badass. It actually looks kind of cool. But it is a 6-star light aqua with 300 attack and 1900 defense, and the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads cannot be destroyed by card effects. Third effect reads you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. So this is basically Cyber Dragon with an imperm. It's literally Cyber Dragon imperm rolled into one card. So the way it works is this: if your opponent ends up having if your opponent has their board set up and you're going second, this card basically acts as a Cyber Dragon, and you can target one of your opponent's monsters and negate their effects. You could literally also target their Underworld Goddess. I would say their Phantom, their Spirit of Yubel. But the problem is that Spirit's effect in the graveyard doesn't get negated unless you use cards like if you use cards like Ghost Ogre, sorry, not Ogre, Ghost Bell, Ash Blossom, and or Call By. If you use one of those three, or if you use Soul Drain, then Spirit of Yubel's effect would be negated. But even if you used even if you had Darklaw on board, it wouldn't matter because Darklaw doesn't do anything. I mean, with Darklaw, with Darklaw on board, Spirit of Yubel's effect would still be active for the most part. So, but honestly though, this is actually not bad. Not a bad card. I think it's the best card? Not really, because there are so many cards that can either out this card, or it can what's the term? It can ensure that that this card doesn't stay active on the field. I guess would be the proper phrasing, but still, honestly, not too bad. But With that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.